Greetings to all of you. Hope all are keeping fine. Let's study a very interesting chapter, that is the moon. That is the second term, lesson 3. Very interesting facts I'm going to tell you today about the moon. The moon is our natural satellite. A satellite, what does it mean? A satellite means that it is the heavenly body which revolves around a planet. Our earth is a planet and the moon is its satellite moving around it, and the earth is moving around the sun. So let's see some details about the moon. First of all, let us see how much is the distance from moon to earth. Moon is 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth. But this distance is not very big. That's why the moon appears so big to us when we see it from the earth. Its surface is very uneven. It is full of mountains and deep pits called craters. Although it looks very smooth because it's very far from us, but its surface is uneven. Another interesting fact about moon is it has no atmosphere. That's why it has got no wind, no clouds and no rain. During the day, the moon is very, very boiling hot. And at night, it becomes chilling, freezing cold. That's why these things are not possible, especially the rain. Now, the sound on the moon doesn't travel far. If you shout on the moon, nobody can hear you. The gravity of moon is very less than the earth. Although there is gravity, but it is 6 times less than the earth, than on the earth. Now, if you jump 1 meter on the earth and with the same vigor, if you jump on the moon, you will be able to jump 6 meters. And even your weight due to gravity is 1/6 times less than on the earth. Now let's discuss about the various phases of moon. Now it's not phases, it's not the phase, it is PHASES, phases. Means the different shapes and sizes of moon that you see in the sky. Actually the moon doesn't reduce its shape and size, it always remains the same in shape and size, but the shape varies according to the amount of light falling on the moon. And you know that the moon doesn't have its own light, it reflects the light of the sun. And when the shadow of the earth falls on the moon, we see only the visible part. That causes the various phases of moon. Let's discuss the first phase of moon. Before I start with the phase of moon, let me tell you that the moon takes 28 days to complete one revolution around the earth. In 14 days, half the circle it completes, and the next 14 days, the rest of the half it covers up. Let's see. The first phase of moon is the new moon or the no moon, and that appears on the day 1. The crescent moon, see, it looks like this. Like this I have drawn here. I hope you all can see. It appears on the day 4. We call it a crescent moon. The half moon appears on the 7th day. Okay, on the 7th day you will see only the half lightened portion. The rest of the half remains in the shadow of the earth. The gibbous moon is 3/4 part you will see, and the 1/4 part remains hidden under the shadow. Then the 5th and the last one is the full moon or the Purnima, we call it Purnima, which appears on the day 14, and rest of the day after day 14 the reverse cycle changes and reverse cycle takes place. Human beings first landed on the moon long back in a spacecraft called Apollo 2. There were 3 scientists who went, or astronauts rather, Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin and Michael Collins. These 3 went on the moon first, And Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin were the first men to move or walk on the land of moon. Among these two, Neil Armstrong was the first man to step on the moon on 21st July 1969. Now you will come to hear a new term, that is eclipses. You must have heard about, in Hindi I will tell you, Chandra Grahan, Surya Grahan. Okay, now what is this Grahan or eclipse? Actually, eclipse is the shadow formation in the space when the sun, moon and the earth come in straight line, and the shadow of either earth falls on the moon or either moon falls on the earth. That's how the eclipses take place. First of all, let us discuss about the solar eclipse. I have drawn here the diagram of solar eclipse in a very simple way to make you all understand it's nothing big. It's a very, very small thing, and means simple thing, I should say. When sun and earth take the moon in between, when the moon is between the sun and the earth, simple as that, solar eclipse occurs. And they are coming in the straight line. When the earth comes in between the sun and the moon, we say it is the lunar eclipse, okay, or Chandra Grahan. These eclipses can be total and partial. Now, what is a total solar eclipse? A total solar eclipse is when the sun is completely blocked by the moon. And on the other hand, what is a total lunar eclipse? The total lunar eclipse is when the earth's shadow completely hides the moon. On the other hand, partially means, partial solar eclipse and lunar eclipse means when the heavenly body is partially, only some part of it is visible. That is a partial solar eclipse or lunar eclipse. Now we will see what are the artificial satellites. A natural satellite, I have told you that it is the heavenly body which revolves around a planet. But a artificial satellite is also same way revolving around a planet, but it is man-made. The first satellite, artificial satellite of the whole world, the first satellite in the world was Sputnik 1 sent by Russia in the space. And the first Indian satellite to be sent in space, so in 1975, was Aryabhat. Now, we will see about the various satellites that are used for the various functions or the purposes. Communication satellite, the best example is GSAT-18, and it is used for telecasting the TV and radio programs as well as for the telephone signals. The weather satellites forecast various things about weather, and its name is INSAT 3DR. There are many other branches of INSAT also, INSAT 2A, INSAT 3E, etc. There are some kinds of other satellites like navigational satellites which tell us about the whereabouts of human beings, persons or the things, etc. Hope you have understood the lesson well. Thank you.